These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Pimpy. There's a lot of talk once again about the change in the exchange rate. I think some people are misinterpreting what they're reading. Article quote, government official dollar exchange rate will fall in its impact in a week. They're talking about controlling the actual market itself. They're going to do what they can to make sure they maintain a specific rate. Be careful with all the rumors talking about the exchange rate going to happen. You got to hear directly from the central bank and no one else. Nader from the Middle East says they, the CBI, didn't say how much. They, the CBI, just said to the old numbers and then it's going to go down gradually. That's good news. I'm happy about that. It will help me out a lot, actually, if it goes down to 1160. There's a new decision that's been made, and maybe from here to maybe next week or the week later, you're going to see changes. Maybe this week, we don't know, so get ready for it. Mark Z via PDK asks for the rumors. I have received a number of reach outs this morning, about 1,000 or 10 times improvement in Iraq currency rates. They are saying this is the talk on the street, that this is the starting point. I think they will all go at once, but am prepared if the Iraq does go slower. It looks like overwhelming majority of people that hold it are going to make somewhere around 4 to 10 times on their investment already. This is huge, but not yet what we are looking for. They still want to restore their old rate, pre-Kuwaiti invasion rate, $3.22. Frank 26 article quote, the Iraqi parliament completes the cabinet of Sudanese government by granting confidence to 2 ministers. Article 140 equals HCL. HCL equals Article 8. Article 8 equals the budget, which equals monetary reform, which equals a completed and seated government of Iraq, the foundation of the monetary reform. Caparoni says the central bank announced they're going to liberalize the foreign exchange, meaning they're going to spend more dollars in the auction. This, of course, has impact on the dinar exchange rate. The reality is they're going to do is put it closer back to the rate it was a year ago, around $11.70 to $1. Militiaman article quote, Baghdad and Kurdistan region at the table of constitutional entitlements. The looks of things here are seriously on fire. They talk about budget and in detail. They went over the fire with respect to key points that needed clarifications or reorganizations, etc. In my opinion, timing is ablaze with urgency. Mark Z via PDK, there are a number of politicians discussing where they should go on the rate. I also have a finance ministry contact mention that a higher near rate was tossed about today in some of their circles. In other words, instead of going with the rate of 1162 and floating, it would start exponentially higher at the near rate of $1.60. They're also going back and forth with the pre-Saddam Hussein rate of about $3.22. We don't know yet what they will do. Mark Z continued to say, I hear the most likely scenario continues to be the full revaluation or reinstatement, but they will continue to throw other lower rates out there to keep us guessing. It is part of the game. We saw this in Kuwait as well before they were valued, also in China. This happened throughout history. It is very exciting for me to see us this close to the finish line. Frank 26, a change in the exchange rate. You want to see that number 1460 get smaller and smaller as it gets closer to a 1-to-1 rate. This is a gradual reduction, and ladies and gentlemen, they're telling you in the article that this has started today. Claire article quote, the central bank announces that its cash reserves have exceeded the 90 billion mark. Quote, the Iraqi currency is now witnessing a significant rise and recovery as it is considered one of the strong international currencies, although it is not an international currency for circulation. And lastly, Mark Z via PDK question, are we anticipating the dinar rate change this week? Mark Z says we are anticipating an announcement thereof and possibly a lower sucker rate. This is before the actual RV. The sucker rate is to get many to give up, cash in at lower rates, and then go away.